The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge recently returned from their 8-day tour of the Caribbean that included Belize, Jamaica and the Bahamas, but was met with PR gaffes and protests as a growing Republican sentiment continued to grow in the three Caribbean countries. But Loose Women panel member, Jane Moore, has suggested that had Prince Harry and Meghan Markle visited the Commonwealth there would have been a different outcome. While Prince William and Kate Middleton were met with a warm reception and much fanfare from members of the public, politicians, including Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness, used meetings to make clear in public they will push for the island to be a republic with a referendum this year. There was also a protest outside the British High Commission by Republicans also demanding slavery reparations from Britain and the royals. Jane, 59, has since claimed that the royal family would not be so fractured if they allowed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to continue representing the Queen by showing devoted duty to the 54 nations of the Commonwealth. Writing in her latest column, the Loose Women panel member suggested that Prince Harry being forced to relinquish his position as Commonwealth Youth Ambassador must have stung. Earlier in the tour of Jamaica, Prince William tackled Britain's role in the transatlantic slave trade where he expressed his deep sorrow. Jane wrote in The Sun, in July 2020, while still in his role with the QCT, Harry told young leaders, "When you look across the Commonwealth, there is no way we can move forward unless we acknowledge the past." This was something his brother William attempted to do in Jamaica last week when he expressed deep sorrow for the transatlantic slave trade after Prime Minister Andrew Holness had pretty much thanked them for their efforts while suggesting the country wouldn't be requiring their services for much longer. It was yet another jarring moment in a tour that, despite William's and Kate's best efforts and obvious popularity, wasn't the unqualified success the palace might have hoped for. The ITV favourite went on to say that Prince William sporting military regalia while standing atop a Land Rover was considered by some critics as old-fashioned, and she also addressed the photo captured the Cambridges shaking the hands of the public through a metal fence, which was met with criticism after a social media storm. Royal experts defended the pictures at the time, adding that they were tightly cropped, and were taken by a football field surrounded by mesh railings. The burning question is, if it had been Harry and Meghan in Jamaica, would the outcome have been different? Jane quizzed. The answer, I believe, is yes. The ITV broadcaster recalled the Sussexes' 10-day trip to South Africa in 2019 where she suggested the couple had adopted a more modern outlook using the example of Meghan standing on a tree stump and speaking candidly with the women in the Nyanga township. Paul McCartney pays emotional tribute to Foo Fighters' Taylor Hawkins' latest Rose Ailing Ellis wows in figure-hugging gown at RDS Program Awards. Pictures. Jada Pinkett Smith's sex fling posts cryptic update amid Oscars slap updates, she commented, "The crowd went wild and one can only assume that had she and Harry adopted the same approach on a tour to Jamaica, the reaction may well have been the same." Jane suggested that had the Queen considered Harry's suggestion to continue his role with the Commonwealth, many Jamaicans may have pressed pause on their desire to become a Republican state and remove Her Majesty as their head. She concluded, if the Sussexes had been kept under the royal wing in the Commonwealth role they asked for, then the Cambridges could happily have stayed home with the kids, Harry would still feel wanted and the royal family might not be as fractured as it is today. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped down from their royal duties in 2020. Elsewhere, Prince Harry and Meghan decided to not attend the Duke of Edinburgh's memorial service, held almost 12 months after the royal's death. Harry, who was due to travel to the Netherlands in 2 weeks to attend the Invictus Games, refused to travel over a row about his security. The Duke is pursuing a legal challenge against the Home Office after being told he would no longer be given the same degree of personal protective security when visiting from the US, despite offering to pay for it himself. Harry last returned to the UK 8 months ago to unveil the statue of his late mother Diana, Princess of Wales in London on July 1 with his brother Prince William.